Now it's time to bring our database to life. First, we need to create a configuration file for Drizzle, our ORM. This tells the Drizzle command line tool how to find our schema and connect to our database. In the root of the project, I'll create a new file named drizzle.config.ts. Inside this file, I'll start by importing the config type from Drizzle kit and .env to handle our environment variables. We need to call .env.config to ensure it loads our .env.local file. Now I'll define and export the configuration object. The schema property will point to the schema file we are about to create at lib/db/schema.ts. The dialect is PostgreSQL, and most importantly, the DB credentials object will get the connection URL from process.env.database URL. This gives DrizzleKit everything it needs to communicate with our Neon database. With the configuration ready, let's build the heart of our application's data structure, the database schema. I'll create a new folder at the root called lib. Inside that, another folder named db. This is where I'll create our schema.ts file. Alright, let's define our entire database schema using Drizzle's syntax. This is where we lay the blueprint for all the data our game will store. First, let's define the users table. This is our main table. The ID will be our primary key, and I'm using CUID2 to generate secure, unique IDs for each user. Next, Telegram ID is crucial. It's the unique identifier from Telegram, and we'll add a unique constraint to it. We'll add columns for the user's profile information that we get from Telegram: username, first name, last name, photo URL, and there is premium status. Of course, we need a points column to store the player's score. For our 3-hour game cooldown, I'll add last game played at and total games played. To power our referral system, each user gets a unique referral code. We'll also track who they were referred by and their total referral count. For the daily bonus feature, we need last daily claim at and daily streak. Now a key feature is wallet integration. We need two separate wallet fields. First, a wallet address that users can enter manually for future airdrops. Second, a payment wallet address, which will be securely linked and verified via Ton Connect specifically for making in-game purchases. This separation is a great security practice. Finally, I'll add the standard created at and updated at timestamps. To make our database queries fast, we need to add some indexes. The most important one here is the user leaderboard IDX on the points and created at columns. This composite index will make our global leaderboard incredibly performant. Next up is the game sessions table. This will log every game played, storing the user ID, score, and when the next game becomes available. I'm adding a metadata JSON big column here, which is perfect for storing flexible data like anti-cheat flags. Our purchases table is vital for the economy. It tracks every transaction for both Telegram stars and Ton. It includes a type column, the amount of points, and specific fields for each payment method. For stars, we store the Telegram payment charge ID, and for Ton, we store the Ton transaction hash and Ton format address. Adding unique constraints here is critical to prevent a payment from being credited twice. These are simple log tables that will help us track engagement and analyze our app's growth. Now that our schema is defined in code, we need to create the database client that our application will use to interact with it. Inside the lib/db folder, I'll create an index.ts file. Here I'll import pool from Neon database serverless and Drizzle from the Drizzle ORM adapter for Neon. First, I'll create a new connection pool, passing it our database URL. Using a pool is a best practice for serverless environments, as it efficiently manages database connections. Then I'll pass this pool to the Drizzle function. This creates our main database client, which I'll export as DB. This is the object we'll use throughout our backend to query and mutate data. With our schema defined and our database client ready, it's time to sync our code with our live Neon database. In the terminal, I'll run the command npx drizzle-kit push. This powerful command connects to our Neon database, reads our schema.ts file, and automatically generates and executes the SQL necessary to create all the tables, columns, and indexes we just defined. It handles the entire migration for us. And there it is. Changes applied. Our database is now live. Let's verify this. I'll switch over to the Neon console, navigate to my project, and open the tables view. As you can see, all our tables, users, purchases, game sessions, and the rest have been successfully created. Our backend is now ready for data. Perfect. The database is fully set up. I'll just close these files to clean up our workspace.